Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention, please. We are joined by our third place finisher, Daniel Hemric, driver of the number 19 Blue Gate Bank Ford for Brad Kozlowski Racing. He currently sits 7th on the chase grid now, just 39 points ahead of Cole Custer on the cutoff line, and leads the Camping World Truck Series with 10 top 10. So, Daniel, congratulations on your finish tonight. Just tell us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's definitely an uphill climb, starting not even for the race, just dating all the way back to practice and putting ourselves in a position where we had to get our second Blue Gate Bank Ford F-150 back out, get the backup out, and for my guys to fight like we did, recover the way we did, crew chief Chad Kendra made the calls we did all night to put ourselves in position just to even have a shot. That's all you can ask for. So I was really proud of the effort. It's pretty interesting to see how the track went through a change there from the beginning to the end. And just, I think the fans saw it was definitely a completely different racetrack than what it's been here in the past couple of years. So it's definitely going to be interesting for the next couple of series, or the next couple of days. But all in all, it's more than anything, just proud of my guys for giving me an opportunity tonight.
Great. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. We'll start right back here. State your name and affiliation, please.
Jacob Seelman, Race Chaser Online. Daniel, from the incident in practice this morning to rally all the way back, run third, and have a full race buffer now leaving Bristol. Did you expect that going into the race tonight? Because it was one of the best rallies I think we've seen out of you all season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not a rally you want to have to make, first of all, but, it definitely shows the strength of our team to be able to get put in that situation with our backs against the wall and stand up to it and face it. So, like I said, I'm more than anything, I'm proud of that effort. And as far as the points thing goes, that's all fine and good, but can't make mistakes like I did early on and expect to always recover. So just got to do a better job not putting ourselves in that situation. All in all, proud of our guys. I said earlier, that's what championship teams are made out of, and my guys are that. I just got to keep doing my part.
Okay, we are also joined by a runner-up finisher, Brett Moffitt, driver of the number 11 BrainGear Surface Sunscreens Toyota for Red Horse Racing. This is a career-high Camping World Truck Series finish, and he is the 2015 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Rookie of the Year. So we'll go to a question from Chris, and then we'll get some comments from Brett.
Yeah, Chris Knight, CatchFence.com, NASCAR and CatchFence.com. Daniel, with Ben Kennedy getting the win today, how important was it for you to have this finish, knowing that points are going to get tight with just 3 races remaining for the chase? And I have a follow-up for Brett.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we want to win a race as well, and if we didn't want anybody else new to win tonight, definitely wasn't the night, but we were able to bounce back and make the most of that situation with another non-winner putting his name on the chase grid. So, ultimately, I feel like we made the most of our situation. We maxed our points out. I felt like as best we could with what the situation we were given. All in all, not the, like I said, ideal situation, but we feel like we made the most of it.
And Brett, considering the performance that you had at Pocono and then here again tonight, what's your outlook on Michigan next week?
I'm really excited to head into Michigan. We're taking the same truck that we ran at Kentucky and then again at Pocono, and they actually did some more work to it. So hopefully it's even better. I think we're showing really strong and got a 3rd place and a 2nd place here. We just need one more, so that'd be a good place to win, and hopefully then at the road course as well.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Bob.
Bob Pockris, ESPN. Brett, when you're behind Ben there at the end, are you cognizant at all of A, that he started the year driving the 11, and B, you possibly, if you need to bump him for the win, could be bumping the future leader of NASCAR?
Not to mention my next door neighbor. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to race people the way I want to be raced. It is Bristol, so if you need to move someone, you got to move them. And I just wasn't quite good enough through the center to get to him. He slipped up a few times, and I was able to get to his bumper once, but didn't get to him hard enough. And I was really waiting for him to make a mistake so I could shove my nose in there, but he executed when he needed to, and he hit his marks, and I just wasn't able to get to him there.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Stan, and then a follow-up.
Stan Creekmore with the RacingExperts.com. Daniel, how difficult was it for you to be cautious at the start of the race, to just make sure that something, you didn't end up wrecked in a wall or something?
Yeah, I mean, not working. Hello?
Here,
I'll switch. Hang on one second. Story of my day. Yeah, I mean, as a driver, the worst thing you want to do is put yourself in a situation like we did earlier and then do the same thing in the race. But obviously, the initial green flag didn't work out like I was hoping it would. We got hung out there on the top, and it's easy to keep bad, putting bad mistakes and issues on top of issues and piling those on top of each other. But spotter Joey Meyer, crew chief, make sure he kept reminding me of the big picture and to stay patient. And heck, I'm not sure exactly where we fell back in line there after the first restart, but it had to have been 20th or back. So just for those guys to be able to keep me cool and keep our heads on our shoulders, not panic. That's pretty much what we did all day. Nobody panicked, and like I said, we made the most of our situation.
Okay, next question back here.
I've actually got a two-parter for Brett. First part, that last run, it looked like you were so much better than Ben was, Brett, on corner entry, and just gave up a little bit on corner exit. I mean, what really was the difference there in those final 6 laps?
Believe it or not, clean air. People don't think of Bristol as an aero track, but I guarantee you every one of those drivers out there tonight would say that it is. I could get to his bumper, and then it would make my front tires mad. I'd shove the nose. About a lap later, I could get back up there, but that's all I could do was continue to get to him, and then I'll get aero tight and shove the nose, and then get to him, same thing over and over again. So that's where I was just waiting on his mistake, and I know we have a faster truck if we could have got out front, but we just didn't have that clean air.
As far as finishing second tonight, yes, it's a career best, but I know for you in your situation right now, it's not really a guarantee as to how many more of these you're going to have. Are you kind of treating every race right now like an audition, trying to make sure you have enough eyes on you that, when this opportunity at Red Horse does go back to Matt Tifft, that, you may have another door somewhere?
Yeah, it's really fun running like this and being super competitive 2 weeks in a row now. But second place sucks. We're here to win, and I'm happy, but I'm not. So it sucks being that close and not being able to finish it.
Any final questions? Any questions from the press box? Okay, gentlemen, thanks for coming in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, just so it's not blocking anyone.
Get some pictures for us while it goes on. I gotta keep my wife updated. Grab one. Okay, perfect.
It was acting up a little bit. Good.
Make some noise in here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if we could have your attention, please. We are now joined by our winners of the UNOH 200 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Ben Kennedy, driver of the number 33 Jacob Chevrolet for GMS Racing. Also joining him is his crew chief, Joey Cohen. So, gentlemen, congratulations. This is Ben's first career win, and this now secures him a spot in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series chase. So if you could both just open up with a few comments about your victory tonight.
Yeah, we had an awesome Jacob Company Silverado. Hats off to everybody at GMS and the entire team, Chevy, ECR Motors. It's unbelievable. Everybody that's believed in me to get me here. This is a really special moment, and you always think about your first win in the trucks and kind of planning it out. And I never would imagine at Bristol. I never would have told you going into today's race that it would have been today. But the guys made awesome adjustments. Joey made an awesome call in the pit box. We pitted early and stayed out. and I didn't know if I was able to hold him off with the old tires on it, and I knew the 11 was there, but glad he didn't put us in the fence or anything, and race was pretty clean. So just really proud of the guys, and yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I got to say the same thing. I think we've made a concerted effort at GMS to really elevate our game and just bring better trucks to the track, bring more competitive trucks, and you know, a lot of long hours. We got a lot of stuff coming up, testing and things that we've really just dug deep on, knowing that the push is now. You know, we've wanted to get Ben in the chase, and we wanted to get Spencer going that direction, and those guys have worked countless hours in every department. Everybody at that shop deserves a lot of this win right here. Ben, I've never, you know, I've done this deal for 6 weeks, you know, 6 races right now, and every week I kind of saw something different in him, and I saw a little bit more ratchet up as each week went by, and he tonight was the peak of it. He was just a guy going to the front, and he was going to win this race. Nobody was going to take it from him. So credit to GMS, Mike Beam, all the management staff there. You know, they've done what we need to do to win races in this series. So really happy to be here. Really happy to go race for a championship.
Okay, if you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. We'll start here in the middle with Jim.
Motorsport.com. Ben, your family obviously has played a tremendous role in the founding of this sport, but one thing that they have not done is won a race in one of the National Series events. How do you have that kind of sunk in a little bit about today's victory?
A lot of things haven't sunk in. To be honest, this win hasn't sunk in yet. Just crossing the finish line and seeing the checkered flag, it's kind of seems like a blur in a way, but it's really cool. You know, my family and everything always been supportive, and it's kind of cool growing up. Anything I want to do, they were behind me. You know, as long as I got my education and went to University of Florida, I got my degree and managed a race K&N, and you know, now it's my 3rd year in trucks, and it's all finally coming together. And this year has been a blessing in disguise. There's no doubt about it. And you know, to come to GMS and just everything that they've put together, working with Chevy, working with Joey, working with Johnny, Spencer, Kaz, Grant, Mike Beam, and it's everyone around me. If you surround yourself with good people, you're gonna find success. And I believe that's what we've done. But you know, to have my family support, I just got off the phone with my mom upstairs, and she was here earlier tonight. She thought it was gonna rain, so she headed home. So she's probably regretting that a little bit right now, but she was pretty excited on the phone.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Chris and then come up from to Bob.
Chris Knight, catchfence.com, NASCAR Wire Service. Congratulations to you guys on the win. How do you guys move forward going to Michigan and the other 3 races left before the chase starts?
I guess just try to win each one of them. You know, we kind of attack this weekend like we have every weekend, and just go out there and be as competitive as possible, do as much as we can, at least, you know, with this win, and, you know, hopefully, I don't really know, I think it locks us into the chase. You know, we can start focusing on that first round and those first 3 races. And, you know, honestly, I was kind of banking on Canada, you know, getting a win there because we had some success there last year. But getting this win, you know, kind of takes a little bit of pressure off everyone. And we can really kind of laser focus in on, you know, those first 3 races and making it round to round. And I know everyone's going to step their game up. We're going to step our game up and, you know, hopefully make it to Homestead.
Are you planning to do the rest of the races? Because I know your schedule is still tentative for some races, but obviously the win tonight will obviously help with that and make the bid for the championship.
I think so, yeah. It's the plan. Plan to go Homestead.
Yeah, I just want to add to that. You know, we've been taking it week to week. You know, we've just been looking at the points. We've been points racing, you know, but we've always been pushing for the win. And I like numbers. I'm an engineer, and I've looked at it like, okay, we need to gain 3 points a week. We just need to chip away at it 1 week at a time. And I think we'll continue to to take it 1 week at a time. We're going to treat every race like it's a championship round race, because if you want to get to Homestead and do that, then you have to treat every week like that.
Go ahead. Next question from Bob.
Bob Pockris, ESPN. I have a few. The first would be, do you feel... I know, right?
What you got, Bob?
I mean, you've gone. I think there's your fourth team in trucks. I mean, do you ever come to a point where you thought maybe you would give it up? And do you feel like, I know you're well respected in the garage, but do you feel like this in any way legitimizes your presence to people who maybe don't know you?
I hope so. You know, if anything, it's kind of a little bit of validity for me, and just confidence. You know, not only me, but in the entire team. You know, I know we'll be walking a little bit higher with a little bit of a pep in our step these next couple of weeks, and just got to keep this momentum going. You know, we've been building off it. You know, Joey and I came together. We did Dover and then Iowa, and had a really good run there. And honestly, we've had, I think, top 5 runs just about every race. You know, we've just kind of had some misfortune, and tonight it just really all came together. But I guess back to your question, it just kind of, you know, valid. It makes it valid that we're contenders here and should be here.
I mean, do you feel like whatever you do in the future, people say, okay, well, he won a race, so he knows what being a driver means and what it takes to win?
Yeah, I guess so. I haven't really thought about it that way, but I guess that's a good point. And you know, I think just all around, no matter what happens. I'm glad you didn't wreck me. That's really cool. Whew. What were we talking about?
That people look at you, no matter if you're in any sort of other roles in the sport, that they'll look at you and say, hey, he won here, he speaks from authority.
Yeah, I hope so. And if anything, at the end of the day, this is just a good experience for me, no matter what I end up doing. And you know, hopefully I have a long career in the racing industry. And you know, if I don't, I at least, you know, kind of have cool things to look back on and experiences. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you couldn't trade for the world.
And just one more. When you interned at NBC, was that during an Olympic time? And
Yeah.
so I'm curious when you're watching, if you've watched Olympics and thought, wow, that
It was
could possibly be another career or
yeah.
for you.
I don't know about that. I did Sochi a couple years ago with NBCSN up in Connecticut. A really cool opportunity, and it was actually so I could get my degree. It's my last step I had to do. It was like 13-week, 40 hours a week internship, and I enjoyed it. But going back watching Olympics, you hear that the Olympic song playing on and on and on again. And I remember when I was doing my internship, I'd go to sleep and just hear that song in my head. Trumpets.
If you've seen this guy run or bike, he's more likely to compete in the Olympics. He's not going to be interning or doing television. He's going to be running track and field or doing one of those crazy races.
Something crazy.
Okay, next question from Stan.
Stan Creekmore with the RacingExperts.com. The same question actually for the both of you. Talk about the final 2 laps and how you kept yourself calm to get that victory.
I'm not too sure. I just kind of kept hitting my marks. Honestly, I just didn't really think about it. You know, I just focused on, you know, hitting my marks and doing what I've been doing all night. I found something in 1 and 2 that helped me a lot, and I know I struggled a little bit in 3 and 4 compared to 11. I know he was getting us to a center there and got to our bumper one time, but we could just get such a good drive off of turn 2, and I found something there that really worked well with the truck, and if I hit it just right every lap, we turn a decent lap time. And I know Brett got to my back bumper, and I didn't know if he was going to get there again, but I just gave it 100% those last couple laps, and that's all I could really do.
Yeah, I just kind of sat there and just listened to the spotter. He kept telling me 2 car lengths. I knew we were pitted on the backstretch, so I could see him visibly. He was awesome off of 2. So I was just hoping that the same stacked up over there in 4. It didn't probably become realistic to me till about the white flag when he called that. But it kind of built. He kind of got his position, kept ratcheting up there, and I was like, okay, this is a reality here. We saw that he actually pointed it out. The 9 had a broken shock on the left rear, and the 51 was, had suffered quite a bit of damage. So it's like, okay, we're in a decent spot here. We kept lining up on the inside line in third, and I was like, that's where we want to be. And then next thing I know, the spotter calls out, it's clear for the lead. And I was like, well, what happened to the 9? What happened to the 51? It's like, just kind of inherited it there. But then it was kind of realistic when they had that long caution there. It's like, okay, this is either going to set up for a green-white checker, or it's going to be a real short run. We just got to hit our marks and get our restart here. And everybody executed. Ben did his job, and the spotter did his job, Jimmy Kitchens, and it worked out.
Okay, we'll take our final question over here.
Jacob Seelman, Race Chaser Online and Performance Motorsports Network. I've actually got a two-parter for Ben. Back here, in the back, right?
There you are.
First one for you. Obviously, with the team change kind of midstream, it really shook up your season for a little while. When all that was going down, at any point did you think a run like this would be possible, knowing that there was so much flux in the situation you were in?
That's a good question. Honestly, I did. I thought it was possible. We came over to this team, and I know it's kind of mid-season, and rare, I guess, in any series, but rare in the truck series. And just seeing everything that GMS has put together, and the people that are there, and these guys are serious. They're not messing around with their truck stuff or their Xfinity stuff or their long-term plans. It's impressive, and to be a part of that organization is something very special. So I didn't really have any doubt in my mind that we could go out and compete for top fives. I didn't really think a win would come this quickly, to be honest, especially Joey and I working together only 6 races or something. So we kind of met early on, and I know we kind of bounced back and forth between crew chiefs, and it just worked out that Joey and I got paired up together, and I think we have pretty good chemistry together, and it's worked out well.
And family legacy, all that other pressure and everything that everybody else talks about aside, for the kid that just wants to drive race cars, what does this win mean to Ben Kennedy, knowing that you just conquered one of the toughest tracks in NASCAR?
It means a lot. I can't really put it into words. It's honestly, it's the first time I've gotten emotional in a race car. Just coming off turn 4 and knowing you have the checkered flag and seeing it at the start-finish line was really special. So it's tough to put it into words. I'll remember this night for my entire life. I'm sure of it, and I got to make some room in my apartment for these guys.
Okay, we'll actually take one final question from Jim.
Motorsport.com for Joey. Kind of the same question, but in the time that you've worked with Ben, why do you think tonight, why Bristol Motor Speedway, why this race did it all come together?
If I knew, I would share it with you, but I think the better part of me doesn't really want to share it. I think, like he said, we've been building momentum. I mean, I kind of got sprawled into the deal at Dover when he decided to come over, and he kind of needed a crew chief. And it's weird, but my guys and everybody kind of sensed it. It was like the connection and chemistry was instant. It's like he gave feedback on the radio, and we worked on the car, and it just we had an unfortunate weekend actually. I mean, nobody will remember it but us, but we were really fast in practice there and wrecked the primary car and had to pull out a backup, and it just wasn't the weekend we want. But we kind of saw that spark, that hope there that there was something here, and I got pulled back to the Xfinity stuff to which was my primary job at GMS, and just so happened to work out in the shuffle that we got placed back together at Iowa, and I really thought we were going to win that race, and I felt like things were working in the right direction. The momentum kind of came to a halt there for a while. We had a great truck at Kentucky and ran out of fuel, had a miscommunication with the pit crew. It was just little things, we just knew what we had. Maybe nobody else saw it or nobody else could tell, like, this is how we were going to run or this is what we were going to do, but this was our plan all along. I know it's crazy to sit here and tell you all that, but, we approached it like this is what we were supposed to be doing. And it just so happened to work out here, Bristol.
I got a lot of crazy looks from my own crew guys about not taking tires and taking fuel only and running 175 laps on
I thought you
tires.
were crazy.
I know he wouldn't say it on the radio, but it was one of those things where it's just we've called great races. Ben's drove great races. The trucks have been fast. At a lot of places we've been, it's just. I think a lot of it, you just need things to fall in place and work out. But I think we certainly won't go forward thinking it's luck or that we need to, we're going to work and be prepared like we have been to go out there and execute to the same level.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you so much. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.